This episode of Nintendo Ninja News, we're going to be talking about the possibilities of Pokemon Amiibo cards and figurines. As you know, since Amiibo has been released, it's sold millions and millions of figurines and possibly more of cards. They've released the Smash Brothers series, the Super Mario Brothers series, and the Animal Crossing series. Has been very successful, including the Yarn Yoshi collection too, with the Mega Yarn Yoshi. Of course, the question that we are, as you can see, Amiibo collection there. But the question that we'll be talking about is Pokemon Amiibos cards and what the possibilities of that will be. And I've drummed up some thoughts and ideas about what will happen with that. I don't think it's a possibility of if, it's the question of when this will happen. And I guess that Nintendo is holding off until the right moment to debut it. I think that the Amiibo cards is a lot more feasible because there is 750 Pokemon. If they're going to do 400 cards of Animal Crossing, which is still a very popular series, but nowhere near as big as Pokemon, I think they're likely going to do a card for each Pokemon. Now, I think they may be produced for a new game, but the question is, and the hard question is, what that would be for. Would it be another, Pokemon festival game like Animal Crossing? Will it be something like the trading card game? Or will they actually put some sort of functionality into Pokemon X or an entire new generation when new consoles arrive in the next 2 or 3 years? Now, that's going to be the difficult part. I also think that there'll probably be some special shiny type Pokemon or legendary. Probably not in each card pack, but I think in every few card packs there may be a chance of you picking up a shiny, which I think would be pretty cool. I think that, and we've seen the Pokemon cards. The first example with Shadow Mewtwo for the Pokédex tournament game, which has been really great. So that's the first sign of Pokemon cards out in the wild. Now, I think the 2016 is a no-brainer because it's Pokemon's 20th anniversary and it would make sense for them to release a card series of Amiibos into there. I also think that if a possible release time frame would probably make sense after the Animal Crossing series is all wrapped up in terms of releasing them out. Series 3 is, I believe, out in Japan now, or very close. And I say after Series 4, when all 400 cards are released, then they will announce something about Pokemon Amiibo cards. These are my thoughts. These are not official news. This is my predictions. I think that would be somewhere in the second half of the year, and I also think that if Pokemon Z is going to be released, it's going to be released in the second half of the year, maybe around the same time as the previous Pokemon games, around that October-November mark. Now, I think that there will be some figurines that will be released, such as starter packs. I think people would definitely buy a Bulbasaur, Charmander, and a Squirtle starter pack, or a Legendary Birds pack, Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres. I think people would go nuts over it. Or special legendary sort of figurines that will come every now and again, or Mew, Amiibo, or things like that. I think that people will go over that. But the question is, they have to create a reason as to why that you should buy that. And that's going to be the tough question. And that's something that even I don't know. There are quite a lot of possibilities they could do. They could bring back Pokemon Snap, and you could try and take a picture of a Pokemon there in the wild by using a card or something like that. But we're just throwing ideas out at the moment. So I think, tell us what you think in the comments section of YouTube and Facebook, wherever you find us. Be very interesting to see people's thoughts on it. I think it is going to happen. It's just a question of sort of when is it going to happen. It's going to happen in the second half of the year or 2017. We don't know. But it's going to be exciting to see what will happen with Pokemon for the rest of this year. We've done a lot of videos so far because there's been quite a bit of news rumbling, and of course next month with the release of the original Pokemon red, blue, yellow, and green for those in Japan, or the original versions. Well, that is it for me for this episode, and I shall see you later on.